YouTube gaming is moving to the main platform, which to me was like, I'm like, what the? That's fucking huge. A lot of people, a lot of people, and it upset me because I thought we were past this. I thought we were smarter than this. A lot of people were like, oh, that's bad for gaming. Like it's a promotion.
Yeah, I think it's the exact opposite. Yeah, so we launched. In 2015, we launched the YouTube gaming app. The whole purpose of that app was like gaming was already big on YouTube. Like the purpose of the app was we needed to create very specific gaming products. And doing so in Maine at the time was difficult, right? There's like a lot of stuff we need to be doing YouTube independent of gaming, right?
Yeah.
And so what their priority should not be gaming. They have a lot of stuff that they need to be focused on that
Of course.
handles the whole YouTube ecosystem. So we're like, okay, but these things are important to gaming and we want to prioritize them at the top. So they're like, great. Launch this app, build all the stuff you need for gamers, and they can go there for the people that want the deep gaming experience. And so, great. We do that. We get the allocation. We go towards it. We build things like game pages. We build things. And these are basics, right? Like, but YouTube needed these channel memberships, which we called in the app sponsorships. That was something that was the subscription service. You see it across Twitch, like Facebook, Mixer, and so forth. We built that out. Super chat, which is a way to like prominently display like all these different features. Some of them actually got ported over to YouTube main because everyone was like, oh, these are great. We should actually apply these to all creators. And so it got to the point though, is we have literally 200 million logged in users that watch gaming videos every day.
That's insanity.
I mean, this is like insanity.
Before you move on from there, that what you said about some of these practices that gamers do and should be applicable across all content creators or all that. I think, and you can, this is like verifiable evidence that gaming has set such a trend, not just in YouTube, but in globally across everything that is the space, in terms of what it is to be an up and coming superstar. It wasn't until gaming specifically came along that people started to pay attention to the way that we market. And I'll go as far as to say Call of Duty, because Call of Duty, if you look at the marketing in Call of Duty, from players to organizations, name the two biggest, in terms of social media followed organizations in the world, and it's Optic and it's FaZe.
Yeah.
Right. And both of these were born in Call of Duty. So from there, you fast forward a couple of years, and now you have
Call of Duty's heyday back then.
Yeah. If you draw a chronological sort of timeline, obviously, you see a very huge pivot as to what it is to be a brand, right? Because back then, everybody in esports and in gaming was like, nobody knew what it was to be a brand for yourself, like a brand. And now you look at YouTubers, you look at traditional sports and media. I mean, obviously, you see with the buys, acquisitions, and investments from traditional sports into this. It is for a very specific reason, and it is because some of our practices are the best way to be in new media, which is what YouTube is. And when you say that gaming has its place in YouTube, you also have to take into account that YouTube itself is revolutionizing the same way that TV revolutionized radio.
Oh yeah, video. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I mean, think about it.
1.9 billion people come to YouTube monthly.
1.9
billion with a B.
Okay. Now,
big.
How many hours? Let's talk hours and consumption.
Yeah, so I'll
because finally
I'll feed you a couple things. So yes, 200 million people log in. They watch gaming videos every day. The more impressive number, believe it or not, is actually 50 billion hours of gaming watch time.
How is
in
that
the last 12 months?
Yeah,
I'll tell you. I think like some people are surprised by it. I really am not. I think people that are surprised about it actually don't have a fluent understanding of gaming globally. A couple things to consider. 7 of the top 10 creators on YouTube, gamers. Some of the biggest creators on YouTube are gamers, right?
Yep.
The fastest growing creator in YouTube's history, gamer, Ninja.
Yep.
Right? The biggest live gaming stream that's ever happened and not on any platform happened on YouTube. El Rubius with
the
Fortnite. Not even esports, right? Just like him playing with his buddies.
Yeah.
Streaming from his bedroom. 1.15 million concurrent viewers. And for those that don't know, a live concurrent viewer is like who is watching that live broadcast at that very moment. So 1.1 million people were watching it simultaneously at that moment. And so we looked at the app and we're like, great, we built these product features. Gamers clearly need, and gaming users, creators and users alike, very clearly need to have their own features that are very important to gamers.
Yeah.
But the problem is we in the isolated app in that environment, it wasn't reaching everyone. Yeah, we were happy with how like live gaming was getting bigger in the YouTube gaming app, but with these 200 million users, you're only touching a handful relative to that size.
Right.
So we were like, we owe it to them to move this thing into YouTube main, make discoverability for gaming easier, have all of these great features in there, and then what some people got lost in the messaging is that's like a great thing because it's going to touch more people. On top of that, we're going to actually still build gaming product features.
Of course.
We're going to double down on it. And now they're in YouTube main. So our resolve has never been higher and never more dedicated than it is now. And so for me, I was ecstatic with yesterday. And it paid off. Like today I looked, we had 1.1 million people watching live streams of Fortnite simultaneously. Just today. I mean, it's crazy.
It was 8:45 when Lester tweeted out the picture, and then it grew to
it's like a random Wednesday. No,
random
like
Wednesday.
Just random Wednesday.
Yeah, and a lot of people get confused. And look, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of Twitch. I'm a massive fan of Twitch.
And I'm grateful for what they've done for me and my. I mean, like I said, I was partnered on there. Obviously, they did great things to grow the esports community. So Twitch will always hold a special place in my heart.
Yeah, and then to put it into perspective, YouTube gaming going to the main, it'd be like being featured on the main page of Twitch, right? Like getting that sort of
right, but on YouTube.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which is nuts now.